African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation on the 2nd of May, 2024. Tonight, the armed forces of the Russian Federation carried out a group strike with high-precision weapons and attacked unmanned aerial vehicles on enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine in the Kiev region, the infrastructure of a military airfield, and the arsenal of mine-torpedo weapons of the Ukrainian Navy. The strike targets have been achieved. All designated objects have been hit. Units of the North Group of Forces improved their position along the forward edge. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, 3 airborne assault brigades and 3 assault regiments of the Ukrainian armed forces in the areas of the settlements of Besilovka, Yastrobanoy, Novaya Sich, Pisarevka, Khotin, and Sadki in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, units of the Motorized Infantry Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 Territorial Defense Brigades and a National Guard Brigade were defeated in the areas of the settlements of Yudy, Sliznevo, Ivashki, Neskuchnoy, and Volchansk in the Kharkiv region. The enemy's losses amounted to over 180 servicemen, 3 combat armored vehicles, 3 cars, and 6 field artillery pieces. Units of the West Group of troops took up more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the formations of 4 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a Territorial Defense Brigade and a National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Novaya Krebliakivka, Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region, Shendergolovo, Shredny, Zelenaya Dolina, and Novosolovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 110 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, 8 pickups, and an artillery piece. 3 electronic warfare stations and 5 ammunition depots were destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of troops improved their tactical position. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 4 mechanized, assault, airmobile brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a Territorial Defense Brigade and a National Guard Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Seversk, Slavyansk, Kramatorsk, Vasyokivka, Tikhonovka, Chasov Yar, Dalivka, and Konstantinovka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to more than 170 servicemen, 3 vehicles, 4 field artillery guns, an electronic warfare station, an ammunition depot, and 4 supply depots. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense. They defeated formations of 5 mechanized, airborne assault, 2 assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, 2 brigades of Marines, a Territorial Defense Brigade, 2 brigades of the National Guard, and the Joint Police Brigade Kizhak in the areas of the settlements of Dmitrov, Krasnoarmeysk, Novosibirsk, Muravka, Daknoy, Novopavlovka, and Lenina of the Donetsk People's Republic. The losses of the Ukrainian Armed Forces amounted to 490 servicemen, 5 armored combat vehicles, 5 pickups, and 4 field artillery pieces. Units of the East Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Voskresenka, Chervona Zerka of the Donetsk People's Republic, Guliapol of the Zaporizhia region, and Malayevka of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost more than 185 servicemen, an armored combat vehicle, 3 cars, an artillery piece, and 2 electronic warfare stations. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces defeated formations of a mechanized, mountain assault brigade, 3 coastal defense brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and 2 territorial defense brigades in the areas of the settlements of Preobrazhenka, Maly Sherbeki, Kamenskoye in the Zaporizhia region, Poniatowka, and Antonovka in the Kherson region. Up to 80 Ukrainian Armed Forces servicemen, 6 vehicles, 2 artillery pieces, 2 electronic warfare stations, and 4 ammunition depots were destroyed. Operational Tactical Aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile forces, and artillery of the Russian armed forces groups have damaged ammunition depots, training sites for FPV drone operators and technicians, as well as temporary deployment points for Ukrainian armed forces units and foreign mercenaries in 137 districts. Air defense systems shot down 7 U.S.-made JDAM guided aerial bombs and 123 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 663 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 64,969 unmanned aerial vehicles, 611 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,016 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,572 combat vehicles of multiple launch rocket systems, 26,531 field artillery and mortar guns, 37,184 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.